Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at 4 things spotted in Arsenal training as Arsenal prepare for their final pre-season friendly versus Tottenham. So the first thing on the list is Arsenal players having a running race. As you can clearly see that the players here such as Bukayo, Saka, Maitland-Niles behind him, Granit Xhaka, Kieran Tierney, we can all clearly see that the players were having a race with each other to see who's the quickest, and that's something to utilise maybe moving into the new season, something that Mikel Arteta realises that the pace of these players is something that needs to be improved so they can get in behind defences. And the way Arsenal have been moving throughout the pre-season friendly, they have been looking much more attacking, something that I do like, but they have been looking very shocking defensively equally as well. But with new recruits such as Ben White and Tavares in that defence position, I think when it comes to the attacking prowess of Arsenal as a football club, I think that should be heavily improved, and pace is something that you need as a player if you're going to be attacking. And you can clearly see that the players here such as Saka, and we already know Saka's very quick. You can see Hector Bellerin here, someone that bursts onto the scene as a very young player when he burst onto the scene, and it was his pace that was a huge factor to why he was selected under Arsene Wenger and why he had the career he has currently right now. But Hector Bellerin, we all know, is very quick, but due to his injuries, he was someone that might have lost a little bit of speed, but he was equally still very fast in my opinion. But you can clearly see that the players do have an opportunity to run and race with each other to get their warm-up sorted, to try and get into the game straight away and really feel the intensity. And that's something that Mikel Arteta has started to implement. If you look at Arsenal's training sessions, they always have a race to get that blood pumping, to get that heart beating, to get them focused on for the big games such as the pre-season friendly, in my opinion. So the next thing on the list is Albert Sambi-Lokonga, hint to starts versus Tottenham, and you can clearly see that Sambi-Lokonga is someone that might be starting in the pre-season friendly versus Tottenham, and I think he definitely will be starting because of one theory, the famous bib theory. And if you can see here, Sambi-Lokonga is wearing the black bib, and that is something that if you look across the training pictures, which I go through as we go till the end, you can clearly see that the players that feature in the black kit are the ones that look likely to feature in the game versus Tottenham in the pre-season final friendly. And when it comes to Sambi-Lokonga, he was someone that was part of it. You see other players such as the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alexandre Lacazette, Nicolas Pepe, even Granit Xhaka. These players were wearing the black bibs, so hopefully Mikel Arteta understood he has a faith in Sambi-Lokonga to make a huge difference in that midfield, and I think that will please a lot of Arsenal fans because we didn't want to see the Xhaka-Elneny partnership at the first game versus Brentford, even though Thomas Partey is injured. I'd rather see a Sambi-Lokonga or Granit Xhaka partnership, or a Sambi-Lokonga or someone else in that midfield partnership, because I think Sambi-Lokonga looks like a top prospect. The few games before the game versus Chelsea did look very impressive, but the big game is versus Tottenham to see how he fades in that game. How does he look? Does he look good? Does he look bad? It's a great opportunity to test that midfield partnership, and when Thomas Partey slots in, you can slot Thomas Partey in for Granit Xhaka, or you can slot Thomas Partey in for Sambi-Lokonga, but there should be a good rotation with that midfield. But maybe also could introduce a new midfielder throughout the summer transfer window, and Sambi-Lokonga will have less time. So the next thing on the list is Joe Willock, spotted in Arsenal training, and we did discuss previously when it comes to the Arsenal transfer news that Arsenal have agreed a £25 million deal with Newcastle, which may include some add-ons as well, which I think is a good deal for Joe Willock. But he was spotted in Arsenal training, and the main deciding factor to whether Joe Willock joins Newcastle United is on Joe Willock himself, and it looks more likely that he wants to fight for his position at Arsenal, as he is spotted in Arsenal training, and he is someone that has the opportunity to play as a number 10, someone that could rotate with the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe in that number 10 role. But with Mikel Arteta looking for more creative talent, such as the likes of James Maddison, such as the likes of Jose Malward, such as the likes of Bernardo Silva recently, so these players could prevent Joe Willock from exceeding as a top level player at Arsenal and restrict his game time as well. So maybe Joe Willock may return to Newcastle United, or he might fight for his position, something that Reece Nelson did last season, where Mikel Arteta urged him to go on loan, but instead he did play in Arsenal's training ground. He did compete, but he didn't really get that many appearances on the pitch. He rather played in the under-23s, and I think Joe Willock shouldn't make the same mistake. I think I wished him the best at Newcastle United. We all love him. We all love him as a player, and Joe Willock for me is a good player, but I don't think he suits the system. I think Arsenal's more of a possession-based team. Arsenal will have more of the ball, whereas in Newcastle United it was more or less counter-attacking goals that he scored most of the time. But I don't know what you guys think regarding Joe Willock. Leave it in the comments below. So the final thing on the list is all smiles on the training ground, and we can clearly see that the players do have a positive, a happy and a very interesting mood throughout the preseason friendlies. Hopefully this is to show that they are confident in themselves to really make an impact next season, or it's just to show that their players do get on well with each other. You see the new signings. Look at Nuno Tavares over here. He's enjoying his time at Arsenal. He's already made good friends. He's talking well. He's enjoying the game, and he's someone that I think is impressed so far in the preseason friendly, and I think he's someone that we need to keep a lookout for. I think maybe he could be the starting right back, or he will enable Mikel to change his formation around and play with him somehow into the squad. And I think Nuno Tavares, for me, is a very good steal by Mikel, but hopefully he doesn't get any injuries and impresses very well. And you can see Ben White here, he's enjoying his time as well in an Arsenal shirt. He is someone that many people stated that he's still pinching himself. His agent stated that he's still pinching himself that he's in an Arsenal shirt, but he is someone that is confident, he is happy. He's happy to be at the club. That's something that is very important in my opinion. If the dressing room is not good, if the players are not happy with each other, then it will be difficult to make it far in the league. And if the players are going to fight for each other, the players are going to put as much as they can into the game. I think that's something that Mikel will be utilizing, trying to make them players fight for each other, fight for the club, fight for the fans that are watching, struggling, finishing consecutively in 8th positions. And fans like us, we know how much this club means to us, how much we want this club to improve, and how much we want this club to get back to the glories and get back to the top. So these are the 4 things that were spotted in Arsenal training. I think there are some interesting things. Sambi Lokonga looking likely to start versus Tottenham after the bib theory, the famous bib theory. And then you got other players such as Joe Willock still in Arsenal training, so we still don't know if he's made that move to Newcastle United. You see the players having running races to improve their stamina, to improve their acceleration, to improve their speed. And you can clearly see that there's a good dressing room around, and hopefully Mikel Arteta has a good new season.